What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Sforgon. Before we get in this video, I do want to let all of you know that whenever you're farming in the Melody of Love crafting event and you're trying to get these notes so that way you can hopefully get some hammers or whatever resources you're actually looking for in here, you do want to farm on the highest difficulties. I mentioned for this one right here that if you're farming in tier 7 in the battle card dungeon, you will get more rewards. I actually showed that. But also, as I speculated in the last video, in story mode, when you're farming for these notes right here, if you farm in Lunatic here, you will get more rewards. So keep that in mind if you are farming for those resources, try to get those boxes. Now, let's talk about a little something. So whenever we get these new SS and BS characters, we get new 3PGs. And a lot of times these 3PGs will work on our other characters like our bronze or silver bordered characters, which makes them more relevant. And for early and new players, this is actually really good because what it does for you is it actually allows you to get through these game modes right here. I mean, some of these game modes require, a certain cost, right? Like our really silver bordered characters here, and having a 3PG available for these characters, like say Mary right here, would be very, very helpful, right? And the way it's always been, right, is the way that we would know that these would always work is we go to the Fighter Codex and we would take a look at the SS characters here, and then we would take a look and see. We click on Same Fighter, and then we'd be like, oh yeah, the 3PG is going to work on all these characters, right? It's going to work on every single one of them. That's how we would know that would work. This is the way it's always been in the history of Kofus, right? Over 2 years, that's the way it's always been. When we got previous 3PGs, like say for Kyo here, right? All of those 3PGs work on all these versions of Kyo, right? So if I jump out of here and I take a look and try to find a Kyo in here, okay? Let's see if I can find Okio. Well, actually, you know what? Let me do something else. Let's just go into story mode, and we'll do it this way. All right, we'll click on here, jump in there. All right, and let me switch out Nameless here, and let me find a Kyo really quick for you guys, and I'll show you something. Okay, so let me see. Where's Kyo at? Kyo. Here's a Kyo right here. Right. We'll throw that Kyo in here. Okay. We'll slap the 3PG from Kyo on him, right? Here it is. We'll just put the 3PG on him, right? And whenever you get those 3PGs, it works on these other characters as the codex will show us, right? And you're going to see Kyo's 3PG available here. And there it is, right? There's his 3PG. It's all there in all of its glory. Now you're probably wondering, like, why am I talking about this? Why am I bringing this up? Like, this is pretty common knowledge for a lot of us Kofus players that whenever we get these 3PGs and it shows the same fighter in Codex, that it will work on all these older versions, right? Well, let me show you why I'm bringing this up. Let me show you why I'm bringing this up, because I don't know if this is a bug or if this is something that Netmarble intentionally done. I don't really know. I've never seen a bug like this, but let me show you guys something, okay? So let's go back over here, right? So Mary and Terry are our current SS characters, right? And here's some versions of Terry, right? So I'll click on 96 Terry here, and we'll equip his new 3PG. There it is, this new 3PG, right? And let's see what happens here. Let me show you something. I'm surprised I didn't notice this before, and this is something I'm going to be looking for in the future. But I'm going to have to get the 3PG first before I can test it. But you might notice something missing here, like the 3PG. Where the hell is the 3PG? Where is it? Netmarble, did you do this? Is this a bug? Well, I tend to think it isn't. I think it's almost intentional. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why I think it's intentional. I mean, maybe it is a bug. I don't really know. I don't want to rant too much because honestly, this really does upset me quite a bit. People pull for those 3PGs so they can make their other characters a little bit more relevant, especially like Terry. Terry's already got a Fest version, right? So let's see what happens here. We'll get 2003 Terry here, and we'll slap that 3PG on him. Okay. Now this character here is actually pretty damn good and actually can be useful in Immortal Dungeons. I mean, he can be a useful character, right? So people pull for those 3PGs. Now, granted, we did get 7,000 free rubies to pull for those those 3PGs. Keep that in mind. It takes 9,000 rubies to go all the way to pity and get the 3PG that guaranteed. But still, right? Whenever you equip the 3PG on a character that you think it's going to work on, and then you go into the story mode or you go into Epic Quest and you don't see it available, right? Where's the 3PG? Where is it in Netmarble? I know I'm repeating myself, but where the hell is it? What is going on? If this is a bug, you need to fix this. You need to fix this or be transparent with us and let us know what the hell's going on. Because there was nothing in any notes that I saw, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, about this. There was nothing that let us know that this was going to happen. So let me show you something else, okay? So we got Terry and Mary. So you're probably wondering, well, does the same thing happen to Mary? Is Mary's 3PG, it doesn't work on her too? Like it's not going to show up? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's see here. So we'll put Mary up in the top here, right? And we'll put her up here. Okay, we got two different versions of Mary. There is no Fest version of Mary right now, except for the SS version, right? And we'll slap 3PG on her, and let's see what happens. So she's got the new 3PG on her. Okay. And this is Valentine's Mary, which is pretty cool. All right. Will the 3PG show up here? Can we use it on her? Let's find out. And I'm really surprised it took that long. Well, look. I see a 3PG available. So it works for Mary, but it doesn't work for Terry. Why is that? Well, what's going on here? And this is why I think that it's probably an intentional thing. Why is it working on her, but it doesn't work on Terry? Right? It doesn't make any sense. And if Netmarble did do this intentionally, they need to be transparent with us and they need to let us know what the hell's going on. Right? Especially before you pull for those 3PGs. You know, some players, they spent those 7,000 rubies, right? And it takes 9,000 to go to pity. And they use their own rubies to try to go to pity to get 3PG. And maybe it was for Terry. And maybe they wanted to make their original Terry good. Like the Fest version 2003 Terry. And the 3PG doesn't work on them. Good job, Netmarble. And I'm being pretty damn sarcastic when I say that. So let's see if it works on Swimsuit Mary, right? Swimsuit Mary, by the way, is really, really good for Immortal Nyx. She's actually pretty damn solid in that game mode. So let's slap on the 3PG here and let's see if it works, right? And, you know, and this is the kind of the thing I don't understand, right? It works on Mary. It works on these other versions of Mary, but it doesn't work on the other version of Terry. I equipped that 3PG on all the versions of Terry, and it didn't work on any of them that I saw, right? Now, I don't have... Well, hold on a second. There we go. So my bad, right? And as you guys can see, the 3PG is available. Now we're going to go ahead and do the 3PG because in the swimsuit, it looks pretty sick. Not gonna lie. It looks pretty sick, right? Pretty cool. Yeah. Mary looking pretty dope, right? By the way, this is pretty cool. But, you know, like Netmarble needs to fix this. They need to make that 3PG work on the original versions of Terry. They need to. It's not a massive deal that a 3PG doesn't work on like the bronze and silver border for most players, because that's only going to help a brand new player for the Immortal Dungeon in here, right? It's only going to help a brand new player in the Team Relay Dungeon trying to get through these things. But the 2003 version of Terry is actually a useful character that can be used in certain game modes. He can definitely be used. I mean, even in the Spider Robot, you could actually use characters. He's not going to be the best, but you could at least use them. Maybe, you know, you're limited on the characters that you have and you are trying to use them. And having that nice long 3PG would benefit him a lot, especially in the Immortal Dungeons. So Netmarble needs to address this. They need to let us know what is going on. Why isn't it working? Is this a bug or is this intentional? If it is intentional, why in the hell weren't you transparent with us and letting us know what the hell is going on with this? I cannot believe that it took me this long to notice this, because I don't sit there and equip 3PGs on characters because I never had to before. For 2 years, every time we'd go through the codex and we would look at the characters, the same fighters, we would know that those 3PGs would work on the other characters. We didn't need to go in there and test it. We didn't need to take other versions of characters and go into game modes, equip a 3PG to see if it would work. I guess now we actually do need to do that because of what we're seeing today. And Netmarble seriously needs to address this, especially to all the players that were pulling for those 3PGs, especially for Terry, obviously, because this 3PG doesn't work on any of his other versions, right? Those players that had 2003 Terry and they were trying to level him up, they should be able to get that 3PG should be able to work on that version of Terry. Really should work on all the other versions because that's what is showing in the codex. So again, I don't know if this is a bug. I don't know if this is intentional, but Netmarble needs to let us know what is going on with this. So let me know how y'all feeling about the 3PGs not working for the original versions of Terry. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.